Number 10. Wendigo Stalker. While exploring the woods at night in search of a thrill, this brave soul is unfortunate enough to come across something that completely shatters their bravery and sends them running. This is what they saw. The location of the video is unknown, but it's clearly taken in the forest late at night. The video shows a person walking through the woods with only a torch until his gaze falls upon two wide glowing dots of a pale and deformed creature on a tree as it stalks its prey. This sends the person recording running for their lives right before he cuts. What was that out there in the woods? Was it a Wendigo, a humanoid creature deformed from its constant snacking on humans? And did the person make it out of the woods alive? At this point, we can only hope so. If you enjoy watching new scary videos every week, make sure you like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss our weekly scary compilations. Number 9. Through the Walls. This security camera captured something humans were never supposed to see, and it's nothing but chilling. Find out why in the video. The video shows what seems to be the corridor of a hospital, empty of any human presence, but not devoid of it. It doesn't take time before things go from 0 to 100. A faded figure of a lady with long black hair, dressed in white, walks past the walls, across the corridor, and into the walls again. There is no denying that this was a patient of the hospital, perhaps one who didn't make it out of there, and now haunts the building. Either way, it's a good thing no humans were present for the interaction. Number 8. Come and play. If dolls are one of your phobias, this is the perfect video for you, because it will keep your nerves on alert the whole time. Let's watch. The video doesn't need a scary encounter to be creepy, as it starts off displaying a personal collection of horror classic dolls used in many horror flicks like the iconic Chucky and his family. And yes, things get real, as soon Chucky seems to make it very clear that he doesn't like being watched by a camera. As time passes, soon the toys come to life, reacting on their own without any interference. It doesn't take long before the biggest doll of Chucky present moves its head at will, and then falls, knocking over several other dolls. We can see Chucky's dominant character never fails, not even in the darkest of places. Number 7. Don't Disturb Me. This TikToker has the shock of a lifetime, strong enough to leave one with a serious paranoia as she meets the doll that doesn't want to be touched. Watch and see for yourself.
Oh my God, I swear to God, this thing just looked at me, oh my.
The video right off the bat shows as the TikToker unwraps paper. What could be so creepy about that? Well, the monkey doll on the inside would also like to know, as it immediately stares right at the TikToker as she undoes the wrappings before looking back forward. This freaks the lady out, and for good reason, because something like that can't possibly have good intentions. What do you think the doll was intrigued about? And would the doll still be in your home after such an experience? We know it wouldn't for us, that's for sure. Number 6. Dark Shades. Sometimes, the strangest things occur in the places we least expect, like those we frequently use, and this video proves that theory. Don't turn the video off, you've got to see this. The video itself starts off fairly boring, showing off an office which clearly has been in use recently. Then, boom. A mysterious darkish orb-like figure materializes into existence from near the table and hovers over it, its figure fading as it moves. It seems to scan the office for something, although ultimately leaving with no traces behind. What in the world did we just experience? An actual evil spirit in all its glory? And how exactly do we go back to believing we are safe in this world after that? You tell us in the comments. Number 5. Thief and Shadow. It's not unknown that the best time to capture something truly unnerving is at night. But the idea of what exactly just happened here is completely up to you to decide. Watch and see what we mean.
Hey man, y'all check out across the street. Watch this light come on before this nigga come in my yard. Watch this. Y'all try to explain it to me. Look at this light come on, y'all. Now what did? Look at that shadow right there. Look, what the f that? Look, y'all. Y'all see that? He's just stopped right there. Look, look. Now here come Buddy. Look. Look at that across the street. Look. Why did? Look across the street. Look, look, look. What the fuck is that? Why wouldn't he take off running? Why that thing chase him?
The video itself has a narrator who explains that a figure that shouldn't be there is seen. The video shows a motion detector light turning on and revealing nothing. Yes, you heard us right. Soon we see a figure brazenly walking down the street, unconcerned by anything, but too faded without any visible legs to be called a human.
Look, y'all. Y'all see that? He's just stopped right there. Look, look. Now here come Buddy.
As the video goes on, we see an actual human appear in the video across the street from the figure. The person heads to their car in a cautious manner that would fool even you to believe they've seen the figure. But then the person opens the car, grabs a bag of goods, and runs down the street, as though it was a theft.
Why wouldn't he take off running? Why that thing chase him?
To make things more complicated, the figure races after the person, out into the shadows, and out of sight. Did that shadow truly try to stop a thief at work? And how was it moving so freely, without a solid form? If it's not a spirit, what else? Number 4. Ghost in a closet. A nursing student finds out she's sharing her room with an unwanted presence living inside her cramped closet. She's too spooked to sleep in her room, and for good reason. Find out why.
As for his consent, now that I have introduced myself to the patient, verified the client's... Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, explained the procedure, and asked for his consent, verified the client's identity, and provide...
Ano ito?
Sige na. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that I have introduced myself to the patient,
The video posted on TikTok shows a nursing student as she prepares for her presentation in her room with her brother. Everything seems fairly normal, but the otherworldly presence doesn't seem to be pleased about that. Soon, the lights flicker, alerting the two. However, they carry on. Eventually, the presence wants to make its message clear the second time, and it works.
Now that I have introduced myself to the patient.
As the lady continues her work, the closet door slams shut, which instantly startles the pair, sending them running out of the room. Later, the lady explains why it's impossible for her brother or anyone to have pulled those stunts, as her closet is filled to the brim and the light switch is too far away. Even worse, she explains that this was fairly normal in her room, and she has proof. Thanks to a security camera, we see the unexpected come to life as the paranormal activity takes place in the room. Fans turn on with shadows moving across the floor. A chair shifts, and the closet door shuts closed after a figure hard to make out darts inside of it. Lastly, we get our confirmation that something otherworldly is living inside her closet, as fingers are seen through the open space, peeping into the closet. How did the spirit end up living with this lady? Why and when? Could this be a patient she has worked with in the past who didn't make it? You tell us. Number 3. Ghost Slay. Sometimes, even the unseen wants to get in on the fun. We wonder, however, if they realize they are only spooking the hell out of us. See what we mean. This TikToker was making a video where she sings along to the audio while trying to look as bad and sassy as possible. And we believe the spirit took the hint and wanted to play along. As she points to the screen, her hair flips from behind in the most unnatural manner that couldn't have been caused by a fan. This takes the TikToker by shock as she looks around to understand what just happened, forgetting the video she was making. Do you think the spirit got the memo that it only scared the lady? Or do you see it trying even harder in the next video? You tell us. Number 2. Under the Towel. A recording taken by what seems to be the elder brother of 3 people gets a shock of a lifetime as she comes face to face with something truly strange. The video shows 2 people watching TV on the bed, but soon, one gets up and seems to be headed for the kitchen. Upon reaching it, next to the kitchen is a room with 2 people inside. One is that of a human sleeping soundly on the bed. The other is that of something truly inexplicable. The figure stands perched under a towel without moving an inch. The video owner then stands against the figure as he tries to figure out what exactly he is looking at. The two spend some time in what seems to be a battle of might, but eventually, the figure disappears from underneath, leaving nothing but a fallen towel on the floor. The man who had been staring all along is completely lost for words as he just records the whole thing. What exactly was that hiding under the towel? One thing seemed clear: it had a bone to pick. The question is with whom? The man recording or the boy sleeping? Number 1. Can we play? This little kid seems to have caught the fancy of an unseen force, as it tries to either get close to her or seriously harm her. You tell us which it is. The video starts off with a child playing with her doll as one sits farther from her. If you keep your eyes on the doll away from her, you can notice that it soon starts to move its head, as though it's staring up at the little girl, who is oblivious to the fact that something else is present. You'd think it was over, but the spirit has only begun and is more intent than before. The video shows the girl now drawing on the table using a pencil and white paper, but soon, 2 extra sheets on the table which lay close by start to rumble as they approach the girl. This obviously shocks her and sends her darting out of the room and then follows in silence. As soon as she decides to return for her drawings, the paper gets even more frantic without being touched, and soon other equipment on the table start to rumble. The girl darts off again, and it seems the table tries to follow her as it's pulled by nothing in sight towards her direction. Why was this spirit so obsessed with the little girl? Was it the ghost of a dead child looking for a playmate, who then got angry when the girl ran off? You tell us. Well, there you have it. Sleep is so cancelled tonight. Jump scare the heck out of the like button and subscribe, hitting all notifications on the bell icon to watch new scary paranormal videos every single week. Thanks for watching, and sweet nightmares.